Why in the world are so many people moving from Ankeny, Iowa? I can think of a few, but I'm going to highlight 5 reasons why I feel people are moving from Ankeny. First and the most obvious is weather. It gets extremely cold here in the winter, and it is not the best place to live. I mean, if you like negative temperatures for 1 or 2 months in a row, you might like it. But that's the reason why a lot of people move out of this area because they want to go somewhere warm. They want to go somewhere tropical, somewhere where they can go outside year round in shorts and a sweatshirt or even shorts and a t-shirt. That's not going to happen here in Iowa. Oh, but did you know that's one of the main drivers why people move back to Ankeny? Because they want the change. Having the same temperature year round, it kind of wears on you a little bit. But when you have 4 seasons like we do in Iowa, it is absolutely amazing. You get the hot summers, you can enjoy the outside, you sweat, but then you kind of feel like cooling off a little bit. There's nothing like the fall where you can put a sweatshirt on, jeans, go watch a football game. And then, yeah, you get into the winter. But you know what? The winter is beautiful. Watching the snow fall in December, having a white Christmas, those types of things people miss. And so they move back to Iowa because they want those changes. They want the different seasons. So I guess that reason why people are moving away is the exact reason why people are moving back. Next is retirement. There's a lot of people who retire and say, hey, again, I'm going to move to a different climate. So now it's time for me to move on. My kids are grown. They're off to college. I'm retiring and I'm getting out of here. They just want change. But guess what? Yeah, guess what? Their kids move back here. Their kids have kids and they want to see their grandkids. They want to be close to family. So what do? After a few years of fun, a few years of retirement, a lot of times they moved right on back to Ankeny. Because who doesn't want to be closer to their kids and their family? And then there's the old relocation. I mean, what are you going to do about that? You have 2 options. You either don't take the job or you take the job and you move where they want you to go. So that's a major reason why people are moving out of Ankeny because they're relocating for their job. Oh, but guess what? There's a lot of people who are moving to the Des Moines metro and coming to Ankeny. They're relocating here for a job. So as they relocate away, people are relocating back. It just, it's a 50-50 trade. It happens. But you know what? Ankeny's still growing. And with that growth comes a lot of different opportunities for occupations, for jobs, more reasons why people are going to be moving to Ankeny because there's more job opportunities, more things opening up. And some people just move for travel. I mean, let's go explore. Let's go see the country. I mean, let's get out of here. Let's go have some fun and let's travel. So some people move out of Ankeny just because they just flat out want to go travel. They want to go see somewhere else in this country or maybe even out of the country. So some people are leaving town so they can travel. Oh, but did you know that Ankeny is pretty centrally located? I mean, listen to this. You can get to Chicago in 5 hours. You can get to Minneapolis in 3.5 hours. You can get to Kansas City in 3 hours. You can get to St. Louis in 5 hours. You can get to Omaha in 2 hours. Heck, you can get to Denver, Colorado in about 11 hours. So you can get just about anywhere in the Midwest from this location. We are very centrally located. So if you like to travel, you like to go different places, you could live right here and you could get just about anywhere you want within a day's drive. But we also have an international airport now, which they are expanding. So you can fly just about anywhere you want to fly right out of Des Moines. And did you know Ankeny is only about a 20-minute drive down to the airport? That's right, 20 minutes down to the airport. We have a smaller airport, not a lot of people in and out of there. So you can get on your flight. You don't have to wait for hours. You don't have super long lines. It's actually pretty convenient if you like to travel. But I wouldn't say people are actually moving here so they can travel. So that's not the case. So that's one we're losing. Where they're traveling, they're moving out of here so they can travel. But they're not moving here to travel, that's for sure. And the traffic, the traffic. The number one complaint we get from people is the congested roads. But think about this. I can go from Ankeny all the way to the other side of Des Moines in 25 to 30 minutes. How long would it take you to go that distance in one of these big cities? So traffic, yeah. Although in town, there's a lot of things going on, but the community is growing extremely fast. And when communities grow very fast, it's hard to keep those roads available to more cars. So they have to do road construction. That is the number one reason why these roads and the traffic feel so congested all the time. It's because they're always updating the roads, making the roads wider, and trying to make it more efficient for future travel needs. So when you're in town and it takes you 10 to 15 minutes to get across the city, Most of it's because you're hitting stoplights, which Ankeny does have a traffic light engineer. They're doing the best they can. Hey, don't chew on them. It is a very difficult job. But it's also a lot of stop and go because there's road construction. They're fixing the roads. Oh, by the way, they're keeping them pretty darn nice. So if a road's messed up in Ankeny, they're getting fixed. They're not leaving them that way. So you might hit a pothole for a couple months, but that's going to get fixed. So that could be a reason why people move to town, because they want nice roads. They want better amenities. And with a growing city like Ankeny, you get the better amenities, but you also get a lot of traffic to go along with it, because we have grown 1,500 people every year for the last 2 decades, maybe even 3 decades. So that's massive growth and a lot to keep up with. But they've done a pretty good job, in my opinion. And I'd say the number 5 reason is experience a bigger city. Some people graduate, they say, hey, you know what? I want to go out. I want to experience a big city. I want to live in New York. I want to move to LA. I want to go to one of these happening places. And guess what? When it comes time to have a family, a lot of them, yep, you guessed it, they've moved back to Ankeny. The slower paced life, the more community feeling, the better education, all of those reasons where, hey, you know what? I did that. I moved back to Ankeny because this is where I wanted to raise my family. So that was the reason why I moved back to town. And that is a big reason why a lot of people that are middle-aged, starting families, or have young families move back to Ankeny because it is a great community. So it turns out that most of the reasons why people are leaving also are the reason why people are moving back to town. And if you're one of those people that's moving back to town, give me a call. I'd love to show you around, and I can help you find a perfect house for you and if you have a family and your family. Well, that video took a twist.